Our story takes place in a small village, a place where time seems to slow down and the hustle and bustle of the outside world feels like a distant memory. It was a happy place, full of friendly people who always had a smile on their faces and a kind word to share. The village was surrounded by bright yellow sunflowers that stretched as far as the eye could see, creating a sea of golden petals. When the sun shone, the sunflowers seemed to smile, their faces turning towards the light, basking in its warmth. The villagers were kind and always helped each other, whether it was lending a hand with the harvest or sharing a meal with a neighbor in need. They worked hard in the fields, tending to their crops with care and dedication, knowing that their hard work would provide for their families and the community. They grew rice and vegetables, cultivating the land with love and respect, ensuring that the soil remained fertile and productive. Everyone shared their food and laughter, gathering together for communal meals where stories were told and bonds were strengthened. The air was fresh and clean, carrying the scent of blooming flowers and the promise of a new day. Birds sang sweet songs in the trees, their melodies blending with the gentle rustling of leaves and the distant hum of village life. The village was a peaceful and beautiful place to live, where the worries of the world seemed to melt away. It was a place where everyone knew each other's names and a sense of belonging was felt by all. Life in the village was simple, but it was full of joy, with each day bringing new opportunities for happiness and connection. Every day felt like a warm hug from the sun, its rays wrapping the village in a comforting embrace. It was in this village that two best friends, Taro and Hana, lived and played, their laughter echoing through the sunflower fields as they embarked on countless adventures together. Taro was a cheerful boy with a bright smile. He loved to play in the fields. Hana was a kind girl with twinkling eyes. She loved to sing while she worked. Taro and Hana were the best of friends. They lived in the village of blooming sunflowers. They played together every day. They shared their toys and secrets. Taro and Hana helped their families in the fields. They worked hard, but they always had fun. They would sing songs and tell stories while they worked. One day, Taro and Hana were playing in the sunflower field. The sun was shining and the sunflowers were smiling. They were having so much fun. It was a beautiful morning in the village. The sun was shining brightly. The birds were singing happily. Taro and Hana were helping their families in the rice fields. The rice had grown tall and golden. It was time to harvest. Taro and Hana worked hard with their families. They cut the rice stalks with sickles. "My back aches," said Taro, wiping sweat from his brow. "This is hard work." "I know," said Hana, "but we have to help our families. The rice will make delicious meals for everyone in the village." Section 4. The storm arrives, bringing trouble. Suddenly the sky grew dark, the wind howled fiercely. A storm was coming. Taro and Hana felt afraid. Raindrops began to fall. They grew bigger and heavier. Soon a heavy downpour drenched the village. The wind ripped through the fields, knocking down the rice stalks. "Oh no," cried Taro. "The storm is ruining the rice." Hana looked worried. "We need to save the rice," she said. "But how?" Section 5. Working together side by side. This is a story of resilience, teamwork, and the unbreakable bond between two friends, Taro and Hana. Taro and Hana knew they had to act quickly. The storm was fierce, and time was of the essence. They exchanged a determined glance, understanding the gravity of the situation. They ran through the wind and rain, their clothes soaked and their faces stung by the cold droplets. The path was slippery, but they moved with purpose, driven by a shared mission. They helped their families gather the fallen rice stalks, working tirelessly despite the harsh conditions. Each stalk they picked up was a step towards saving their harvest. Even though they were scared, they helped each other. Their fear was palpable, but their resolve was stronger. They knew that, together, they could overcome any obstacle. They worked together as a team, their movements synchronized and their efforts unified. It was a beautiful display of cooperation and mutual support. They lifted the heavy bundles of rice and carried them to safety. Each bundle was a testament to their hard work and determination. The storm raged on, but Taro and Hannah didn't give up. They pushed through the wind and rain, their spirits unyielding. The storm tested their limits, but they remained steadfast. They knew that their families were counting on them. The thought of their loved ones gave them the strength to keep going, even when their bodies ached and their minds were weary. They continued to work together, their friendship giving them strength. Each encouraging word and supportive gesture fueled their determination. Finally, the storm began to subside. The winds lessened and the rain's intensity decreased. Relief washed over them as they saw the end in sight. The rain slowed to a drizzle and the wind calmed down. The once chaotic environment started to return to a state of peace. The clouds parted and the sun peeked through. It was a new beginning, a sign of hope and renewal. Taro and Hannah smiled, knowing they had faced the storm together and emerged stronger. Section 6. The warmth of friendship bright as the sun. Taro and Hannah were soaked to the bone, but they were smiling. They had saved most of the rice. Their families were grateful for their hard work and bravery. "You were both so brave," said Taro's father. "You worked together and saved the day." "We couldn't have done it without each other," said Hannah. "We are best friends and we always help each other." Everyone in the village cheered for Taro and Hannah. They had learned a valuable lesson about friendship and teamwork. Section 7. Lessons learned, happiness shared. That night, the villagers gathered for a grand feast, a celebration of their unity and hard work. They ate the rice that Taro and Hannah had helped to save, each grain a testament to their perseverance and teamwork. The rice tasted even more delicious than usual, seasoned with the joy of their shared success and the warmth of their community. As Taro and Hannah ate with their families, they knew that they would never forget this day. It was a day that marked the triumph of their collective spirit. They had faced a challenge and overcome it together, learning the true meaning of resilience and cooperation. Taro and Hannah learned that even though storms may come, true friends always help each other. They realized that friendship is a beacon of hope in the darkest times. They learned that by working together they could overcome any obstacle. Their bond grew stronger with each challenge they faced. And so, in the village of blooming sunflowers, Taro and Hannah continued to be the best of friends, their bond unbreakable, their spirits intertwined like the roots of the sunflowers that surrounded them. Their laughter echoed through the fields, a melody of joy and friendship that resonated with everyone in the village. As bright and warm as the sun that shone upon their village, their happiness was a beacon of light, guiding others to the same path of unity and friendship.